thought I'd read a little bit from chapter 1, which is called When a Man Just Disappears. The book opens at the High Des Motel, where Seth, the playwright, tells Paula that another body has been found out in the desert, and this one was on fire. And out of morbid curiosity, of course, Paula wants to go see where it was found. Joshua Tree and the surrounding towns were known for their spectacular natural beauty, but Highway 62, which bisected the Morongo Basin, was a commercial strip. We rattled east in Seth's old Mazda pickup before turning off the highway and heading north into the desert. Seth turned onto another road, and asphalt gave way to dirt that alternated between thick, sloppy sand and ridges that felt like we were driving over someone's ribcage. Seth drove towards the low mountains in the distance, passing my property, my little square of sand and possibility, then other undeveloped parcels marked with stakes and a few small houses and trailers. He drove 15 miles an hour because too much dust kicked up otherwise. Seth could be considerate. He slowed to a crawl and stopped. He cut the engine, and the sudden quiet was exquisite. It was a bright, sunny spring day, and a chilly wind sighed through the truck's open windows. Seth pointed out the curve of steep rock, all that remained of a prehistoric lakeshore. He squinted across the expanse of sand in every direction, punctuated by scrub, creosote, white bursage, brittle-bush, and lots more that I hadn't yet looked up in John's Guide to Mojave Desert Flora. It was one of the few things he left behind that I could use. I wanted to tell Seth to put on his sunglasses, drink more water, and less wine, whiskey, and tequila. Look closely, pay attention. I reminded myself that I was no one's mother. Seth leaned across me to open the glove box to grab an Altoids tin, repurposed to hold a few joints. He finally spoke through a long exhalation of smoke. "It's all Bureau of Land Management that way," he said, pointing. Already he seemed more at ease. He passed me the joint. "Somewhere out there is where they found him." I drew a deep inhale and let the smoke settle through me. "Him?" I meant as in person. Do you have some idea where to look?" "Some idea," he said. Seth put out the joint and got out of the truck. He started walking, and I followed him because I was a little high, and he said he had some idea. It was a beautiful spring day in the desert, blazing blue sky, stretching forever, wind whipping just a little too hard. Some of the creosote bushes were starting to break out in yellow. Golden daisies bloomed from the brittle bush, and pink flowers burst from beaver-tail cactus, clumped here and there in the sand. It seemed impossible that anything dark or murderous could happen here. It felt good to be outside in the fresh air and sunshine, away from the motel and highway, the drive-thrus and out-of-town visitors. It was nice to take a walk with a friend, a man who was my friend. Imagine that. Seth had long legs, but he walked slowly. He wandered while I was ready to hike. I resisted the itch in my legs to pass him. I had resisted that itch since junior high, when I was already my full adult height, mostly legs and long feet. I was bigger than most boys and convinced that pretty girls were small. So I shortened my stride. We arrived at a blackened clearing of sand. "Here, maybe?" Seth said. "That might be where they found the body." He straightened to look around, squinting against the sun's glare. "Or maybe this was a campfire. Hell of a place."